Good evening there. This is Rashad Turner, CEO and visionary of Clear Vision Enterprises, clearvisionmedia.com. Be sure to check out the website. That's KLERVIZION media.com. You may have saw me in other previous videos and publications. And today we're going to talk about the word if. We're going to talk about words like maybe, possibly, could be. And we're going to give you Webster's definition of those words. And we'll give you my definition of those words. And then we'll give you some practices and principles that will free you from these words to ultimately transform your life. So let's get right into it, shall we? Word if. It says the definition of if is on the condition or supposition that, whether, in case that. I'm going to say it again just in case you didn't catch that the first time. The definition of the word if is on the condition or supposition that, whether, in case that. I don't know how intelligent Webster was when he decided to create the dictionary, but I can tell you from a general standpoint that doesn't make any sense at all. The supposition or condition of what or of whom, or that's endless if you're waiting around to figure out that answer. Now, my definition of these words, if, maybe, possibly, could be. These words were created by tribes who were trying to invade other countries or other villages or other cities, nations, etc. And they used these words and utilized these words in order to confuse the masses. And some tribes were successful at this, some were not, by not giving them a definite answer. Now, let's free these words from your vocabulary and transform your life today. First of all, the presence of God doesn't operate on the frequency of possibly, maybe, it could be, I don't know, etc., etc. It's either an absolute no or an absolute yes. Now, let's apply this to business, for example. If you're doing business with someone, and I've seen this in my past days, where you're getting a bunch of ifs, maybes, possiblies, what that causes is a wait period, a wait factor. Meaning that since you don't have a straight answer, you have to wait just for you to get to the next level. Now, this is how you free yourself from that. When you begin to use absolute yes and absolute no, you begin to attract people of that same calibration into your expression. Now, this is phenomenal for doing business, because what that means is that as you're establishing your business and you're working with other individuals, then you'll come into an expression of someone that, hey, you know, I really got this good idea. We need to go ahead and do this. That person's going to be like, yes. And if they say no, then you can at least respect their honesty. Now, if they say yes, and remember, you're only dealing with these kind of people now because you've switched your frequency of absolute yes or absolute no. Now you're on the God frequency. You're not on the airy-fairy, I don't know what's going on, man frequency. And when you switch to the God frequency like that, then boom, okay, let's do business. Let's take it to the next level right now. Or if they say no, you say, okay, you know, maybe it didn't work for us, but it will work for the next person. And then you respect their honesty and they go about their day. And then as you keep doing that, it adds years to your life, because all of the time that's used to wait for an outside source or someone to give you a if or a maybe, and you got to call them back and they got to call you, and all manners of debris in that particular situation. But when you're on the absolute frequency, man, business becomes fun. It becomes easy. It starts to move rapidly, and you get to weed out a couple of knuckleheads here and there. So that's just my time for today. So remember, free yourself from if, maybe, could be, possibly, and start focusing in on absolute yes or absolute no. Don't care if it's your relationship, I don't care if it's with your children, with your homeboy, with your parents, whatever the case may be. People will begin to respect you more when you use that particular frequency. This is Rashad Turner, CEO and visionary, Clear Vision Media. I'm out of here, man.